Good evening, Internet. Stream here playing Standard tonight, and I'm a big fan of blue-black base control in basically every format. It's kind of my main jam. Recently, I played a couple of Clarion Control decks, which are Esper decks here on the channel, which are really more mid-range decks, and we kind of got beat up on the last time, so let's see if going full control is better and revisit some Total Interaction Control tonight. Okay, so Total Interaction Control is an Esper-based control deck, and we are so named because we interact with our opponent basically everywhere there is to interact with our opponents in the game of Magic. We're going to make them discard cards from their hand with cards like Duress, Intimidation Tactics, and Soul Search. We're going to counter their spells on the stack with spells like Spell Snare, 3 Steps Ahead, and our one of No More Lies. And of course, we're going to destroy their stuff on the battlefield with tons of spot removal and sweepers, including Requiting Hex, Seam Rip. We're packing Mainboard Exercise, Get Lost, Bitter Triumph, Shoot the Sheriff, Strategic Betrayal for Little Graveyard Hate in the main. And then moving up, we've got some Day of Judgments as true sweepers, which is something Clarion Control lacks in the main board. Scavenger Regents are sort of like sweepers on a stick. And then we have a one of Ultima, which is just really good in the meta currently. Lots of like affinity style go wide artifact decks. So that takes care of the regions where we can interact with our opponent, and we're playing the kind of bomby, really impactful threats that you expect a control deck to play, like these Voices of Victory, which are just a hugely oppressive card, which are very good against any deck that wants to play at instant speed. We're running a one of Super Shredder as a threat in this deck now. I used to run some Sunset Saboteurs, but I'm kind of just like the Super Shredder better. It gets bigger, is a better threat. It doesn't put counters on your opponent's stuff. You really don't need to do anything to enable this other than be a control deck. Just by the natural course of you playing your deck and like killing your opponent's stuff, it will grow to a very large threat. So that's why I've been liking the Shredder so far. We're packing a one of Wan Chi Tong for a little bit of flash card draw, surprise blocks possibly. One of Unstoppable Slasher is just a really good resilient threat that's hard to deal with and can close out games quickly. Then we've got our Scavenger Regents, of course, one of Aclazotz, another big sticky bomby threat that can draw us cards and gain us life. And then finally at the top we've got the traditional, sort of control finisher in Meringue River Regent, which also doubles as a good card draw spell. Speaking of which, we're a control deck, we need to draw cards. We're going to do that with our River Regents, a couple of Consult the Star charts, and some stock ups. Of course, we've got our Wan Chi Tong as well. So that's the game plan. Interact, stick some really resilient, tough threats, get in with those threats and just win the game while really controlling the battlefield. A total of 25 lands is probably one less than you would expect given the average mana value, but I prefer to run 25 to 26. I've tried it with both 25 and 26. Whenever I put 26 lands in a deck, I just flood out so much. I know like you need to increase your card draw to compensate, but I'm just gonna risk it and run 25. It's been working out decently well. And for tech, we've got a couple of Demolition Fields. We've got one of each Restless creature land, a Restless Reef, a Restless Fortress, and a Restless Anchorage. And then we just got a couple of Survey lands to enable all our verges and to also just gives a little bit of card selection. The sideboard contains more a Seam Rip for early game removal, as well as a Death in the Family. We've got some more sweepers in the form of 2 more Ultimas in the side and a Day of Black Sun. Day of Black Sun very good against like token style decks. Ultima, just a house of a sweeper in standard right now. Couple of Rest in Peace and a second Strategic Betrayal round out our Graveyard Hate to 4 cards total in our 75. A Disdainful Stroke and a Negate are more counterspells in our sideboard. Got this Death in the Family for more Weenie Hate. A Sorcerer's Spyglass we're running in place of Clarion Conqueror to shut down a lot of different stuff, actually. There's tons of artifacts that have powerful activated abilities. Planeswalkers, of course. Clarion Conquerors just die, but Sorcerer's Spyglass are a little stickier and harder to get rid of. Then we've got a couple of Bezas against those aggro matchups, and one of Liliana Dreadhorde General against other control decks. Really grindy matchups that will go very long. So that is Total Interaction Control. We're a true control deck, doing true control decky things, killing all your stuff, making you discard your stuff, sticking really tough, sticky, resilient threats. So let's see if we fare a little better with this build of Esper than Clarion Control did last time. I think with Clarion Control we got 1 in 4 or 2 in 3. See if we can get a winning record tonight. If you like off-meta MTG content, please be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below. Nosorius will be our first opponent with some revised total interaction control in TMNT standard. We're on the play, and our hand looks good. We'll keep. Duress should mean that our Shredder will be effective, maybe? Spell Pierce, Disruptor of Currents. Okay, so it's like Merfolk. Additional cost. Whenever this creature enters, becomes tap up to one creature and put a stun counter on it. Okay. So it's actual Merfolk deck. Okay, cool. Yeah, we're just gonna play Shredder. It's gonna spend a lot of time getting tapped and whatnot, but nothing we can do about that yet. Alright, Voice of Victory is a good draw. Here comes the Drowner. Get Lost, I think that'll be good. Opponent has nothing. Okay. Let's attack with our Super Shredder. Or Voice of Victory, rather, which grows the Super Shredder in this obnoxious interaction. Yep. No, 3/3. I can't kick Consult because I don't have double blue right now. Disruptor of Currents can bounce Super Shredder. Can't do it on my turn, though. Uh-oh. Are we getting roped here? Come on, opponent. Don't be like that. Okay, they are gonna bounce Super Shredder, I'm guessing. Yep. Okay, let's kill the Disruptor. And let's play the Shredder and kill the Drowner. Throw Shredder. Attack. Throw the Shredder. Alright, they get their champion. He's a 4/6. Requiting Hex. Doesn't do much. Like I said, I can copy the Voice of Victory. I can't actually use this as a counterspell right now. So I feel like that's not a bad thing to do. Alright. We'll copy Voice of Victory. Throw Shredhead a bunch. Anything plus Shredder is nice. Yeah, that's the thing about Shredder. It doesn't require a lot of, like, setup, you know? Like, it's pretty good. We'll take this. Would be nice to find a removal spell for this creature. Tishana's Tidebinder. Alright, let's little consult. Intimidation tactics. Scavenger Regent. Scavenger Regent should be really good. And I think we just kill this. Pass. Yeah, they do just get to keep doing that, which is pretty bad for us. Another disruptor of currents. Gonna bounce Voice of Victory. Yeah, I can't beat this thing. It's just gonna continue doing what it's been doing. I can kill the rest of their board. And I guess I probably need to do that. X equals 3. Whenever it enters or becomes tapped, it does this stun counter. It's pretty good against us in this board. The 4/6 body. We were needing like a... They make another copy of it, okay. So they're playing 3 steps ahead. Another Scavenger Regent. Well, it's not going to be enough. Okay. So, big Merfolk, Exercise, Seam Rip for the little guys. Probably want Day of Black Sun. Is this a Liliana situation? Could see maybe Disdainful Stroke. They have a lot of the big Convoke guys. Do we need to bring in another Ultima, like a big sweeper? Probably do, actually, in lieu of a Scavenger Regent. That means we probably should cut Unstoppable Slasher, and Aclazotz would be board in more Ultimas, because their special gets turned off by the Ultima. I think we can cut a little bit on the stuff that only hits little guys, cut Seam Rip, and I actually don't think Duress really does anything. They have a couple of counter spells, but seem to be mostly creature based. So I don't know. Maybe it is a Liliana situation. They seem to be going long and big. Let's try this. Okay, a Day of Judgment's a good spell. We have nothing until it, though. Like, no removal, not even really card draw. I don't know. We have a Spell Snare, which could be helpful. This is so borderline. I think I'm actually going to keep it. Surely we'll find more interaction that can deal with our opponent's creatures. We have a Day Judgment. Spell Snare should catch something good, too. Ultima? We're keeping Ultima. They have a Cavern of Souls on Merfolk. It's pretty good for them. Deep Channel Duelist. Let's go for a Requiting Hex. Okay, more land is good. Alright, let's just try to draw some cards. What do we want to discard? 3 steps ahead? Not likely to be too good with the Cavern of Souls. Playing Anchorage? Well, opponent, they like their Merfolk. They should have Merfolk sleeves. Okay, nothing for opponent. Well, I guess we'll start attacking. These counterspells aren't going to do any good. Into the Floodmaw. Okay. Alright, they're Anchorage again. We know they have no more lives in their deck, so I want to wait till I can hold up no more lives before I try to get down my Scavenger Regents. They shocked. Yeah, let's just attack with our Anchorage again. Blood Pit's Drowner. Uh-huh. Okay, we'll kill the Drowner. We got double Cavern of Souls now. Okay. We'll pass. Banshee Tong is pretty good, actually. But I think I'm just gonna play this Scavenger Regent. Because otherwise I have to discard the hand size. Okay, nothing. Attack the Scavenger Regent. So here we're discarding the hand size. I think that's fine. Discard. I don't know. Seam Rip. I guess we'll X equals... Do we want to hold up a... Do we want to be able to counter a counter spell, I guess? Sure. Well, X equals 2, this Banshee Tong. Shauna's Tidebinder. Okay. I think we'll just kill it. They counter? Okay. Sure. I think I'll play Voice of Victory. Then I'll attack. Like so. Give the map to Voice of Victory. Stock up. Sure, we'll keep a stock up on top. Drowner. Taps down Vav. Flip up. Okay. Sir, whatever. It's fine. Yeah, we'll block. Stock up. Yeah, let's stock up. Alright. Restless Fortress plus stock up. Play Fortress. Switchboard. Okay, finally, like, discard spell. Let's Intimidation Tactics. Disruptor of Currents. Okay. They have a split up and a 6 command. So basically, nothing relevant. That's just a 3/3. I could just resolve Lily. That's probably pretty good. Sure. Just resolve Lily. Make a zombie.
Necromancy is a lot like plucking turnips.
Okay, they're gonna make a copy and bounce my zombie. I get to draw a card.
Back off.
I don't get to draw a card because it didn't die. What? We'll make a zombie.
No way.
We'll
but
stock up. Voice of Victory. Plus exercise. Then we'll ultimate. I don't get to draw anything again. I don't get to draw anything because Ultima also just ends the turn. Rest in peace. Does that matter at all? It really doesn't. Okay, I mean, we've got this game. Make a zombie. Just attack with our lands. Okay. Finally managed to get there against the Merfolk. I don't know. I kind of want Beza. But what would I cut? They've got a lot of Caverns of Souls. So I think maybe the 3 steps ahead isn't going to be great. Yeah, let's try this. Okay, this hand looks pretty good. We'll keep. Okay. Tap land. Rest in peace. Opponent thinks that's good for some reason. Not sure why. Oh, I have Disdainful Stroke in my library? I should have boarded that out. Oh, it's because... I guess it means that, I don't draw cards when stuff dies off Liliana. I guess it means that. Well, play Vav. Resolves. Okay. Tishana's? Sure. Alright, let's kill the Tishanas. Attack with Vav. Play a Vav. Opponent scoops. Okay. Got there against a very tricky Merfolk deck. Aerodynamic, the Fervent, will be our next opponent with some total interaction control. TMNT standard. Our hand looks good. We're on the play. Got removal, card draw, and a good threat. Lead on our tap land. Okay. Play another tap land. Hidden Courtyard. Discover. Hunt's got the caves. Mosswood. Sure, let's kill it. Alright, we'll go for Slashy. We draw Duress. Opponent lets the Mosswood go away. Alright, let's Duress. Bat Colony, Rides, and Unbury. When it enters, create a 1/1 Bat Colony creature token with flying for each mana from Cave spent to cast it. I can just exercise that though, so we'll take Ride's End because it kills our Slasher. They unbury a Mosswood. We'll stock up. Super Shredder plus Wan Shi Tong. There's the Bat Colony. Get some bats. Alright, let's exercise the Bat Colony. Play a Super Shredder. Attack with our Slasher. One's gonna triple block it. Okay. A lot of counters on our Shredder. Draw off Mosswood. No more lies. That's a good one. Attack with Shredder. Gargantuan Leech. Mosswood. Yeah, counter that. And this is GG. Because we just strategic betrayal you. And then attack for 4 with Menace. For 5, actually. Okay. Caves. What's happening over there? Exercise seems good. Maybe Day of Black Sun if they have a lot of tokens. They are a Mosswood Dread Knight deck, so Seam Rip's actually pretty good as well. I don't think we want to go Strategic Betrayal as well. I don't think we want to go so far as boarding more Requiting Hex. In fact, I think we'll board out our 1 Requiting Hex. We've got the 2 Strategic Betrayals. That's good enough for the Mosswoods. Let's cut Wan Shi Tong. Maybe we don't need Ultima. 1 more cut. Stock up? Let's try this. Day of Judgment Aclazotz. Aclazotz is going to be good. I'm going to keep this. Day of Judgment into Aclazotz should be good. Opponent mulled. The End. I don't know if I mentioned this in our deck tech. We are main boarding The End. That's how much we hate Dimir. We really don't need more lands, thank you. Although Restless Reef might have been nice to have. Oh, Voice of Victory? The End's pretty good against Mosswood Dread Knight, I guess. Yeah, we'll play Voice of Victory. Calamitous Cave In. X damage to each creature, X is the number of caves, plus the number of caves in your graveyard. Okay. Alright. I think one of the reasons why I love Esper decks so much right now is the mana is so beautiful. Like, every one of your Verges taps for a different color of mana. So you don't have to run 12 Shocklands to play an Esper deck. So what do I want to do here? Probably just play Aclazotz. You don't have to run 12 Shocklands. Like, you can run fewer than that, a lot fewer than that, and still not get color screwed because your Verges actually tap for all the different colors on top. It's wonderful. It's just like the best 3-color mana combination. Maybe not the best. Another Calamitous Cave In. Okay. Well, how about a Scavenger Region? And Voice of Victory. Dane's Recruiter. Okay. Imodane's Recruiter. Well, I don't want a Day of Judgment. I didn't attack with my Fortress there, so I guess that means I'm the-ending something. I might need to Day of Judgment if they build up a wide board, because I don't want to die to this Recruiter. Germinating Worm. Imodane's Recruiter. Gonna give everything haste. Sure. Ride's End. My Scavenger Regent. And discard your last card to do it. Okay. So what do I want to the end? Probably the Imodane's Recruiter, I guess. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I'm gonna take... This has Trample? It doesn't. I'm just gonna take 6. Yeah, let's get rid of the Imodane's Recruiters. Gargantuan Leech. Alright, they're empty-handed. Just get rid of that. Yeah, we'll block, because we're gonna Day of Judgment. Kinda have to. Oh, that was warped, huh? Okay. Interesting. I didn't realize it was warped. Well, we'll just get Aclazotz back. I don't actually think I need to Day of Judgment. I could have. That would have been perhaps smart. They have a bunch of discovering they can do. They have some discovering they can do. There's the Germinating Worm, sure. They gain some life. Those Cavernous Maws can become 3/3s. Sure. We'll... just kill it. Yeah, we'll kill this worm. Alright. Yeah, we're gonna activate the fortress here. They can double block it, though. What am I doing? What am I doing? I don't want to attack with my fortress. Duress. Not a very good draw. There's the bat colony. Alright. Well, I kind of really shot myself in the foot there with my action last turn. I could have just activated and blocked. So, let's attack with Aclazotz. Draw Get Lost. That's a good draw. Whenever a cave you control enters, put a +1/+1 on target creature you control. Okay. We'll play this. We'll Day of Judgments. We can't get back Aclazotz yet. I messed up my sequencing pretty bad, I think. There's the mosswood. Yep. Cavernous Maw. Kill the Cavernous Maw. More duress. I could kill Mosswood, they can just bring it back. Let's just get Aclazotz back. And we'll pass. Get lost. Doing what it does. Well, they don't have a cave on top. They have this leech. Which I can just wrath away. Over the edge. Explores, then explores again. Okay. That's a big mosswood. We could block. We could take 7 and go back to 4. Go to 4. But then we attack and go back up to 10. Yeah, this is fine. This is fine. Do they have any more creature lands? No. Draw a card. Draw land. Okay. They did have another creature land. Okay, we still go up to 10. They have a leech. So I think we win. Oh no. They actually have 10 points of damage. Oh my goodness. Wow. Okay. Alright. We didn't play that particularly well. I think we want Death in the Family and Requiting Hex. I don't know. Do we need those? I think Seam Rip's probably good enough. They do have a lot of creature lands, so I'll bring in the Death in the Family. Maybe a Beza, just for a little more life gain, because they are aggro. Yeah, I want to bring in the Bezas, because they block pretty well. Actually, don't think the Voice of Victory is not especially good here. And this all looks fine. One cut, maybe Spell Snare. Let's try this. Well, it turns out I should have attacked with that. Turns out I should have attacked with my Restless Fortress. I'll be on the play. And this hand looks good. We'll keep. I don't think I need to duress turn 1. This hand actually isn't that good. My only removal is the end. Restless Anchorage. Kind of unexciting, but I think we do want the Restless Anchorage. Alright, let's duress. Calamitous Cave-In, Bitter Triumph, Germinating Worm, Gargantuan Leech. Well, these both kill Super Shredder. This does it for 4 mana. This... yeah, I'll take Bit of Triumph. Alright, Aclazotz is good. Super Shredder. Maybe they'll spend their sweeper killing the 1-1 or 1-1. So this can discover, this can search for basic lands. Okay. Let's see. What do they got? They got nothing really. So we'll do this. Try to end our Super Shredder. Alright, let's play Aclazotz. Germinating Worm is a 5/5 that gains 2 life. Okay. No answer to Aclazotz, though. Alright. Let's explore with Aclazotz. Draw land. Okay, let's attack. I'm gonna hold up the end. So you discard a card. I gain some life. Play my tap land. Go. There's the worm. Yeah, I'll just kill it because we can. Calamitous Cave-in, Imodane's Recruiter. More worms. Okay. Done with that. Beza. Alright, let's get in. Attack for 6. Alright, GG's. Uncle Jezier, the Standard Bearer, will be our next opponent. Some total interaction control. And our hand looks pretty good. We'll keep. Alright, we'll lead on Tapland. This doesn't produce blue currently. It does produce white. Admiral Cub. We don't have an answer for it. Usually that means that you lose the game when you can't kill a Badger-Camel Cub right away. I could exile... Strategic Betrayal means they don't get extra mana off their land. I guess that's what I have to do. Oh, they sacked the Badger-Mole Cub. Okay. Formidable Speaker. Goes to get Badger Mole Cub. Okay. Sure. Do I want to discard a card? Sure, I will discard one of these consults, I guess. Life total. You know, they've got a board here, so I don't want to get down too low. Llanowar Elves. 3 steps ahead. Let's stock up. Ultima. Oh, actually, yeah, we want Ultima plus land, I think, here. Ultima's better than Scavenger Regent. I could take Ultima and Scavenger Regent, then I need to draw like a couple lands. I think this is just better. We'll take Hallowed Fountain. So we do need to find land number 5, which we should be able to do. Ultima, of course, very good against Earthbent lands because they don't get the lands back. Can we draw an untapped land, please? Unable to scream and Maelstrider's Resolve. What is this? It fights up to 1 target creature and opponent controls, +2/0 and 0/2, and can't be blocked by more than 1 creature. Are we dead? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9? No, not quite. Nature's Rhythm, X equals 4. What are you looking for? Uroburoid? Or another Bright Glass? If it's another Bright Glass, that's kind of bad. I probably should counter this. Actually, I need to, like, draw cards so that I can find land number 5. So I think we let this go. It's just an Uroburoid. That's fine. That's fine. I could end the Uroburoid, but let's just draw some cards. Find an untapped land in the top 3, please. Okay. Will this card voice the victory? Alright, now we can Ultima. You don't get your lands back. Another formidable speaker. For a Badgermole Cub. Alright, let's get rid of the formidable speakers. Uroburoid, unable to scream, Badgermole Cub is their hand. So they're just full on Badgermole, value, value, value. Cheese, cheese, cheese. Okay, I think that's it. Yeah, unfortunately I can't shock to Soul Search, so... Here's the Cub, which I can kill immediately. Alright, let's Soul Search away the Uroburoid. Tap land. Go. Alright, consult, kicked. Double Meringue River Regent. I would think would be sufficient. Could go Meringue Scavenger Regent. Yeah, let's do that. Non-land permanents. This actually can't bounce this land. Play a Scavenger Regent. Hold up my counterspell. Leyline Weaver. Sure. Pay the ward, please. Yeah, sure, that's fine. Ooh. Day of Judgments. Yeah, I think I'll just play the Meringue. Bounce that. And we can actually make you discard it too. Gene Pollinator, sure. Voice of Victory. Play Super Shredder. Play Voice of Victory. Attack with my Regents. It's gonna start putting counters on stuff. Uh-huh. Shoot the Sheriff. And let's shoot this Pollinator. GG's. Badger Mole Cubs, A. Death in the Family, Day of Black Sun. Seam Rip. Strategic Betrayal, like anything that can kill creatures, really. Ultima. We want all three Ultimas because of Earthbend interaction. Do we want Disdainful Stroke too, or Negate? I think Disdainful Stroke could be good for catching a Nature's Rhythm or an Uroboroid. Do we want any Beza? I don't think so. Exercise could also be good for catching big stuff, but I think we're going to leave it to our sweepers and our spot removal. We board out Aclazotz and Unstoppable Slasher when we board in the Ultimas, because that does shut down their ability as well. Duress is not the best. Probably can do without the Duresses. 3 steps ahead might be a little slow as well on the draw. Voice of Victory isn't particularly good here. Let's try this. Okay, this looks fine. We'll keep it. Gene Pollinator. Alright. We can Spell Snare a Badger Mole Cub if we need to. Leyline Weaver. Yeah, we'll snare that. Yeah, I mean, we kill the Mana Dork while we can. Nothing? Okay, let's stock up. Seam Rip plus Get Lost should be good. Day of Judgments. Alright. Let's play our land and pass. I think we'll go for a little consult here. Sirach. I think we'll just Day of Judgment the Sirach so they don't get any cards. Urboroi. Another Day of Judgments. Let's pass. Ghost Vacuum. Meringue just gonna draw cards? Sure. So, do we want to kill this Urboroi? We probably do. Or I could just draw with Meringue. Yeah, I don't want to kill the Urboroi. Death in the family. Formidable Speaker. It's a good card. Gets, who would have guessed, a Badgermole Cub. Winter Night Stories, they've been. Formidable Speaker. They've been, okay. Because they have this Ghost Vacuum, which I can Seam Rip. Actually, it's gonna just get Ultimate. Okay. Find an untapped land. Thank you. We've found exactly one untapped land. What do we discard here? Wan Chi Tong. Consult. Seam Rip, maybe? I'm gonna say Consult. Consult. Okay, we draw stock up. So we can Ultima. They don't get their land. Ear Hulk. Gets another Gene Pollinator and the Melstratter's Resolve. Okay. Alright, they get to draw cards. Sure. We'll just Day of Judgment. Nature's Rhythm, X equals 4. I wonder what that could be. Could be a Formidable Speaker, I guess. No, she's an Urboroi. Okay. I think we'll stock up. intimidation tactics, I guess, plus disdainful stroke. Alright, we'll pass. I'm gonna have to discard the hand size. So be it. I'll discard this seam rip. How about that? X equals 2, so they're going for another badger mole cub. Yeah, I mean, I can just Ultima again. Sure. Yeah, I'm gonna take a hit here. Because now I'm Ultimating it on my next turn. Okay, let's see what you have in your hand. Intimidation. Essence Scatter, Seam Rip. Just a bunch of removal. Okay. Gene Pollinator. I do have double Essence Scatter, which is annoying. Go for Voice of Victory here. The Essence Scatter? Sure. Okay. We'll just activate our anchorage and block. Alright, well, I guess it's come down to this. Just start attacking with our lands. Do some exploring. Seam Rip, we're good on removal, I think. Formidable Speaker. Gets a Quantum Riddler. I think not. Okay, I can do X equals 5 on my one Shitong while they're tapped out. Okay, they have Essence Scatter plus this thing. So I think we'll just activate our anchorage. And we'll attack. And we'll explore. Day of Black Sun. We don't need a Day of Black Sun. Craterhoof Behemoth. That's not going to be enough. Sure, we just kill Formidable Speaker, I guess. That's just a 5/5 haste, which is not enough. It's a 6/6 haste. Take 6. Good game, opponent. Alright, we beat down Badger Mole Cub. Value. Pretty... little bit of a dated Badger Mole Cub brew, but Badger Mole Cub's still good. Charles will be our next opponent, playing some Total Interaction Esper Control. And I think this hand is fine. We'll keep. We're on the draw. They shock a steam vent. Okay. Opponent doing draw-go stuff over there. Play a tap land. Go. Storm Chaser's talent, so it's just lessons, I think. Sure, we'll go for a Requiting Hex on the Otter. Make our land drop and pass. Monument. Well, X equals 2, 1 Shitong. You quench it? Okay. They have only one lesson in their graveyard currently. Alright, we'll just play a slasher. Pass. Artist talent. Alright, they got this going on, so... we do have a mainboard exercise. Day of Judgment, that's not going to be too helpful. Go to combat. Firebending lesson. We have to find the exercise or we're dead. That's just all there is to it, really. Alright, let's stock up and find exercise. No exercise. Yeah, that's pretty bad. Grand. The last card is the 3 steps ahead. Copying monuments. Okay. Does their stuff cost one less? One less as long as there's 3 more lessons? Yes, it does, so... We could still get totally got. We're gonna try to River Regent, but if they have another Quench, we lose. Maybe they'll counter this. No. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We didn't find Spell Snare. Or a 1-mana removal spell. So I guess it's no more lies is what we're getting. Okay, they spent their treasure doing that, but that means they get to activate all their other stuff. I could have countered that, but it doesn't matter because they still get all their triggers. And well, we'll see if we lose here or not. I'm guessing we do. We really have no choice but to go for this. And if they counter, we scoop. Bounce the monuments. Yeah, this combination of cards, you can never, ever, ever beat it without... You need, like, an answer to it right away. I think we probably can just scoop, actually. I think we can just scoop. Because we can't counter their monument on the way back down. Yeah, well, we'll play it out. We'll play it out. Now, there's really no reason to play it out. Because they can just get the triggers, like, before I can do anything. They can get at least 2. So, yeah. They got that going on. You can't beat it. We need Exercise, Seam Rip, Strategic Betrayal, Rest in Peace. Negate. I think that's probably it. We don't need any of our sweepers. Day of Judgment can go. I'm gonna cut Requiting Hex. I'll use Seam Rip to kill small stuff. Yeah, I'll cut The End. That's a little too expensive. I don't think I need to The End Grand. Yeah, I think we'll cut Bitter Triumph. Let's try this. Seam Rip and a Duress are so good. It makes it very tempting to keep this, but we can't keep this. We have to mull. Alright, this is fine. Intimidation Tactics is good. We can't do it turn 1. But turn 2 we can do it, and we can hold up Spell Snare as well. That's what we got. Keeping 6, bottoming Consult, I think. Land number 4. Yeah, we probably want land number 4. Alright, let's... Intimidation Tactics. Grand Monument. Rowl. We'll definitely take the Monument. Although Grand can just be played right now, so there's an argument for taking it, for sure. Alright, let's stock up. Strategic Betrayal. Plus... Scavenger Regent? Or Voice of Victory? I think Scavenger Regent. They do have a spell snare in their hand. They have Quantum Riddlers in their deck too? Sure, why not? Why not? Okay, let's strategic betrayal you. Get rid of Grand. Get rid of your yard. Wan Shi Tong. Yeah, that's fine. Another Quantum Riddler. Alright. Let's just play a 4/4 or discard card. Just spell snare that. Accumulate wisdom. Okay, let's X equals 4 this Wan Shi Tong while they're tapped out. Alright, play our fortress. Attack for 9. Just play a Meringue River Regent. I think we win this one. Okay, opponent got mana screw, but we helped them along in that. Oh, opponent just doesn't want to play anymore? Okay, well, we'll keep that, because anytime I can get away against lessons, feel good about it. Paul Flores will be our final opponent with some total interaction control. We'll be on the play here with a good hand. We'll keep. Start on a Surveil. Duress. Yeah, we like Duress. Alright, I don't want to play Voice of Victory into Mountain. Let's Duress first. Collective Inferno. So they're like a big burn deck. Firebending Lesson, Abandoned Attachments. Nova Hellkites. Take Abandoned Attachments. Alright, let's Voice of Victory plus Intimidation Tactics. Take one of the Nova Hellkites. Fire Spitter Whelp. Whenever you cast a non-creature or dragon spell, it deals 1 damage to the opponent. Okay. Play Slasher. So there are dragons. Abandoned attachments. So they're just trying to use lessons to just like cheese out some cheat cards. Okay, they can't cast spells. It's gonna take it. Alright, we'll play this on white, so we have double everything. Lightning strike on my voice? Sure. Alright, attack the slashy. Firebending lesson. Let's counter that. Pass. So they can play a Nova Hellkite, but it has to block my slasher. They attack. Okay. Alright, they do have a lesson. Well, we draw nothing but, we didn't draw anything relevant, so that's kind of not great. Collective Inferno. So they're gonna choose dragons. Yep. Fortress. Alright, dragon that does double damage. Does 8. Okay. I don't have enough mana to attack with my fortress and Day of Judgment, so I guess I have to just Day of Judgment here, because otherwise I die. And if they don't kill us here, we can attack on our turn and kill them, theoretically. Spine Rock Tyrant. Copies instants or sorceries with a single target. Well, let's see if they have it. Fire magic deals 1 damage to each creature. Okay. Doesn't matter. So, dragons. They're big. Let's do Disdainful Stroke. Exercise. Anything else? Maybe Beza? They're pretty aggro. Strategic Betrayal, possibly? Yeah, let's cut Seam Rip and Requiting Hex. I like Intimidation Tactics. We'll cut 1 Duress. I don't know, there's stuff like... Maybe Strategic Betrayal isn't that good against them. Yeah, I don't think Strategic Betrayal is that good against them. Yeah, we want stuff that can kill at instant speed. Let's just try this. We have no removal till we get to this scavenger region. We got good card selection. We'll try it. Alright, Surveil. Land number 5. I think we're looking for like intimidation tactics or something. Something a little more exciting. Sure, we'll just Super Shredder. well, let's stock up. Day of Judgment. Shoot the sheriff. Nothing. Okay. Abandon attachments? Sure. Just do a consult. Then we're into like discard to hand size territory. I don't want to do that. Alright, we might end up doing that this turn. Collective Inferno. Nah, let's counter that. Duress? Sure, let's play Duress. Legend of Roku. Raphael's Technique. Ran and Shaw. Take the Legend of Roku. Collective Inferno. Dragons. Let's go for a meringue and a stock up here. Alright, let's stock up. Disdainful Stroke plus Bitter Triumph should be good. We're gonna be discarding to hand size here. What do we discard? Day of Judgment. Nova Hellkite warped. Okay. Alright. We could just drop our meringue. They have Raphael's Technique, Ran, and Shaw. When they enter, if you cast them, if there are 3 or more dragons or less than cards in your graveyard, create a token that's a copy of Ran and Shaw, except it's not legendary. 3 or more dragons and or lessons in your graveyard. So we really want to counter that, is what we want to do. Or discard it. Alright. Consult again. Raphael's Technique. We'll counter that. Okay, we don't draw anything particularly great against them. I don't know. Exercise, I guess, is pretty good. Plus Voice of Victory. We have another meringue. Yeah, I think we'll just meringue. Bounce your Collective Inferno. There's a Nova Hellkite. We'll take 4. That's fine. The End. That's pretty good. Yeah, let's just The End the Nova Hellkite. Collective Inferno, Ren and Shah, Scorching Dragonfire. Dragon Storms. Okay. And this thing doesn't have haste or anything, right? No. It has Firebending too. Sure, we'll attack. Attack. And we'll play a Voice of Victory. Which is a target for their Scorching Dragonfire. But if they want to spend mana to do that, that's fine with me. Okay, so they don't get the extra 4/4. Okay, we'll just kill it. We'll discard a card. Discard Ultima. GG's. Okay, our final result with this version of Total Interaction Esper Control was a 5-0. We got a little help from our Lessons opponent who scooped early, but we did beat them in Game 2. And yeah, I think this deck's really good. You know, control is strong. The problem is, like, the question is it better than Jeskai control? I don't know the answer to that. Jeskai control is pretty good. I think what you have going for it is the black cards, and you know, that's a question. There are people who prefer the like blue-white angle, and people who prefer the blue-black angle as far as like control goes. And I'm on the black side personally. We of course do have access to white as Esper, and so we get, you know, lots of cool white tech in our main board and sideboard. So I'm on Team Esper, but I could see that Jeskai, you know, could be possibly a better control deck or equally as good. Yeah, I just think we get such good threats. I really like the array of threats that we have. The Voice of Victory, obviously a very oppressive and powerful card. Great for a deck like our Super Shredder, is just has to be dealt with. And between all of your interaction and stuff, removal spells might be a little hard to come around for your opponent, between your discard and your counter spells and whatnot, and your other balmy threats. So yeah, I think it's a good mix. I was losing to some aggro decks in testing, you know, earlier in the day before I started streaming, so I did up the tech against that. I added Beza number 2. I added Ultima number 2 in the sideboard, which is, you know, it's not necessarily great against aggro decks. It's good against like the affinity style aggro decks that have tons of artifacts. But I also added the Shoot the Sheriff into the main board. So I think between those changes, we probably have aggro covered decently well, especially with the second Beza in the sideboard. This card is just, it's so absurd against aggro decks, really. It's just kind of like instant stabilization. So having access to 2 of these in the sideboard is really, really strong. So yeah, I think we have what it takes to tussle with just about anything in the meta. And I really like this deck. Do I like it better than Clarion Control? I like them both about equally. Actually, you know, the thing that I think most makes this deck better than Clarion Control is the fact that we have true sweepers. We have Day of Judgment, we have Ultima. You know, Scavenger Regent in our Clarion Control deck does a good approximation of a sweeper, but like when the value starts rolling and the mid-rangey decks start piling up those super value threats, you just want that Day of Judgment, really. You want that hard sweeper. So I think for that reason, I like this build better than Clarion Control. But, you know, they're very different styles deck. This is an actual true control deck, whereas Clarion Control is more of a mid-range deck. So they both have their merits. I would say overall, I think this is stronger a stronger build, and we kind of demonstrated that with a 5-0 record tonight. Anyway, I enjoyed playing Esper Clarion, not Clarion Control, Total Interaction Control, which is probably my favorite deck in Standard at the moment. If you liked it and you like off-meta MTG content, please be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below. I stream MTG on my Twitch channel every Tuesday, Friday, and Sunday. There's a link to the Twitch in the description if you want to come check out the action in real time. So I hope you all have a good beginning to your week, and I will catch you in the next video. Peace out.